What if the chaos in your life wasn't the problem, but your reaction to it? What if I told you that everything you've ever wanted, peace, clarity, power, has been within you all along, buried beneath layers of distraction, fear, and unchecked emotion? Imagine being untouchable, not because the world stops testing you, but because you've built a fortress of tranquility inside yourself. This isn't a fantasy. It's the reality of those who embrace the ancient wisdom of Stoicism. Today, we uncover the #1 Stoic habit that will instantly change your life: the deliberate practice of inner stillness. This is not just a concept, it's a transformative discipline, one that Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus wielded to conquer their own storms. Stay with me until the end of this journey, and you'll uncover truths that will reshape your life from the inside out. And if this resonates with you, if it awakens something in your soul, don't just leave inspired. Hit subscribe and join a community committed to becoming unshakable, because this is just the beginning. The storm within and the call for stillness. Life is chaos, a relentless storm of demands, judgments, and circumstances beyond our control. Most of us live as though we are ships tossed by the waves, hoping for calm seas, but powerless to steer against the tide. Yet, there exists a rare kind of person who remains steadfast, their inner peace unshaken by the chaos around them. They have mastered a single, transformative habit: inner stillness. Inner stillness is not about escaping the storm. It's about learning to stand firm in its midst. Marcus Aurelius, who ruled an empire riddled with wars, plagues, and betrayal, wrote in his Meditations, "People look for retreats for themselves, in the country, by the coast, or in the hills. There is nowhere that a person can find a more peaceful and trouble-free retreat than in their own mind." Marcus was no stranger to chaos, but he found his sanctuary within, where no external force could disturb his peace. This habit begins with understanding the nature of control. The Stoics taught that our suffering does not come from external events, but from our reactions to them. Epictetus made it clear, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. How many of us give away our power daily, allowing circumstances or people to dictate our emotions? Stillness demands that we reclaim this power, starting with our thoughts. But here lies the challenge. The modern world is designed to rob us of our stillness. Notifications, endless scrolling, and a constant stream of comparisons flood our minds with noise. We've become so accustomed to distraction that silence feels uncomfortable, even threatening. The Stoics, however, saw this discomfort as an opportunity, a chance to confront the truth about ourselves. In stillness, there's no one to blame, no excuses to hide behind, only the raw reality of who we are and who we could become. Practicing inner stillness is not about withdrawing from life, but engaging with it more deeply. It's about stepping back in moments of anger, resisting the urge to lash out, and choosing instead to respond with clarity and intention. It's about observing fear without letting it dictate your actions. It's about recognizing envy as a reflection of your own insecurities and using it to fuel your growth. This habit is not just a tool for survival, it's a path to mastery over yourself and your circumstances. The weight of destructive emotions. Destructive emotions are the silent saboteurs of our lives. They come dressed as righteous anger, justified envy, or necessary fear, whispering that they are here to protect us. But the truth is far darker. These emotions don't protect, they consume. The Stoics saw this clearly. They understood that our greatest enemy is not the world around us, but the turmoil within. Consider this. How often has anger made you weak, not strong? How often has fear paralyzed you instead of preparing you? Seneca, in his essay On Anger, wrote, "The greatest remedy for anger is delay." Why? Because anger is not a force of nature. It is a choice we make, often without realizing it. And every time we indulge it, we become slaves to it. The same is true of envy. We live in a culture that thrives on comparison. Social media, advertising, even casual conversations, they all feed the insidious belief that we are not enough. Envy festers in this environment, turning us against ourselves and others. But here's the Stoic truth. Envy cannot survive where gratitude flourishes. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not be satisfied with praising the good in others. Seek it in yourself." Stillness is the antidote to these destructive emotions. It is the practice of stepping back and observing your feelings without being consumed by them. The Stoics called this apatheia, often misunderstood as apathy. But it is not about feeling nothing, it is about not being ruled by your feelings. To cultivate stillness, you must become a vigilant guardian of your mind. When anger flares, delay. When fear whispers, question. When envy stirs, turn inward. This is not easy. It is a daily battle, a lifelong practice. But with each victory, no matter how small, you reclaim a piece of yourself. And in doing so, you move closer to the unshakable peace that the Stoics revered. The art of mastering destructive emotions. Life's greatest battles are not fought on the outside, but within the confines of our own minds. Anger, fear, envy, and despair. These are the hidden enemies that lurk in the shadows of our thoughts, waiting to take control. If we are not vigilant, they consume us, dictating our actions, clouding our judgment, and steering us away from our true potential. The Stoics understood this deeply and taught us the art of mastering these destructive emotions. Destructive emotions are like fire. They can destroy or illuminate, depending on how we handle them. Anger, for instance, is a reaction to perceived injustice. Marcus Aurelius called it temporary madness, urging us to remember how much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it. When we give in to anger, we relinquish our rational mind and surrender to chaos. But when we confront it with stillness, we find an opportunity to respond with wisdom, not wrath. Fear, too, can be a powerful adversary. It whispers lies about what the future holds, amplifying our doubts and paralyzing us in the present. Epictetus reminds us, "Men are not afraid of things, but of how they view them." Fear thrives on uncertainty, but the Stoics countered this with preparation and perspective. By focusing only on what is within our control and letting go of what is not, we dismantle fear's power over us. Consider this: how much of what you feared yesterday has truly come to pass today. Then there's envy, the silent poison that corrodes the soul. Envy stems from comparison, from measuring our worth against the successes of others. Seneca said it best, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." Envy is a distraction, pulling us away from gratitude and the path meant for us. The Stoic response: focus inward. Recognize that the only person you are competing with is yourself. Reflect on your own progress and redirect envy into inspiration to improve. We've only just begun to uncover the power of inner stillness, the cornerstone of Stoic wisdom. But let this be your starting point. Today, take a moment to pause. When anger flares, delay your reaction. When fear whispers, question its hold. When envy stirs, look inward for gratitude. This is your path to peace, strength, and resilience. The journey doesn't end here. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into the practices that fortify this habit, exploring how to cultivate it in the face of life's most challenging trials. Don't miss it. Hit subscribe now to ensure you never lose sight of this transformative path. Remember, the storm will never stop, but with Stoicism, you will learn to stand unshaken. Until next time, keep striving for that unshakable calm.